Hey guys. All right, let's. Who's who have we got in right now? Hey Rich, I'm liking the look of the Nasdaq right now. Just trying to see. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna wait for this 5 minute candle to close, and then we are gonna look for longs on Nasdaq. So oh, let's no, Control T. There we go. Okay. Let's share the other screen. Okay, so there we go. 5 minute. Right, we've seen. Let's just put this down underneath here for now. Let's, so this is what we're looking for. Wait for this one to close. Hopefully the next one can wick down. And then let's have a look. 20. We'll go 40 points. And there we go. Let's bring that the partial TPs. Let's get. All right, going for, because we're using the 5 minute, I'm gonna go for 15 points first target. All right. Hey Petco. Oops. Nas has broken out. I missed the breakout level at 28,858, so we're probably getting about a 15 point higher entry. Um, oops, why does it keep doing that? DAX has broken out nicely, and then we've got a couple of TPs on the DAX earlier. This one here on the 15. So as it broke up, took this T1, T2 at the highs, and then again basically the same trade earlier in the day. T1, T2, T3. So basically the same trade. Um, right, let's see what happens over the next 5 minutes. If you have a 5 minute bearish candle, I'm going to close half and re-put the other half back in on the break of the highs. So we'll see what happens here. So yeah, DAX has played out very nicely for us today. And let's see what happens here. So let's just zoom out. This is your typical 5 minute breakout and then pulling straight back. Look at this. This is not a nice start. And we're gonna tap it? If so, there we go, done. Well, that was not an ideal start to the session. Well, There's our first losing trade on the YouTube live stream. What am I looking at now? Don't like anything now. Do not like anything. Gold's gold. Yeah, gold looks quite nice actually. It's just breaking the 30-minute. Missed it. Missed it. Focusing on the open. To be fair though, what have we got? 36 points. Yeah. Nah, I'd leave gold. I mean, it looks nice because it's moving, but I'd leave it. Bloody hell. Anyway, gold H1. I wouldn't do anything with gold unless we get above here. But if anything, I'd be favoring a move lower on this unless we get a close above 29.18. So that's a shitty start. I just handed back profits today. And there's me rushing to get back for the live stream. Let's see if we get above here. If we get above 29.18, 29.18. But then it's not looking nice there. 22.22. Okay, so I'm not going to do anything with gold unless we get a close above. A little bit messy. Look at that 15-minute candle on the Nasdaq. Yeah, it would have got you 20 points as well on the initial break. The momentum trade was the what? Bit choptastic. Never mind. I think DAX underneath. Let me just pull it. Yeah, if we break below 22,466, yeah, if we break below here, there's a change in structure. We could look for a break and close below, a wick up, and then we can sell because there'll be nice room down, 40 points down to this area. And then you've got a nice chunk of points down here. So yeah, it looks good. So two things we're going to look for on the indexes. Obviously, bias still remains long, but if we do get a close below here, we can look for sells. But if we see a 15-minute bullish candle here, a little bit like what we saw here, where the market came down, failed to take out lows, broke the highs, literally just repeating of the same trade. Yeah, Nasdaq's forget that. Not happy with that now. Gold. Okay, there's not a lot that I'm liking now. Yeah, I think if we're going to wait for anything, let's get those off. Don't need to see that. We've got no news now until is I think it's all come out, hasn't it? And yeah, there's nothing at 3 o'clock today, all 1:30. Yeah, so there's hmm, not seeing anything. Lisa, bloody hell, hello Lisa. You all right, darling? Hey Anna, Mr. Armand, how are you, buddy? Well, hmm. I think it's going to be a little bit quiet. Let's go over to trading view, just see if we can find anything. Right, let me. So let's see what's adjusted since this morning. So this is what we had on this morning. So let's get rid of this line now because we don't need that. New support has been formed here. The range is gone. Uh, hey Nigel, how you doing? This can go. This is all going to be no trade range. So I'm looking for sells below 2908.4. Looking for buys above 2922.7. The rest of this can't really do anything because it's yeah. Yeah, nothing. I mean, to be fair, if what we got 16 minutes, depending how this closes, if this closes bullish, but let's say um, we have a good 15 to 20 pip wick. Yeah, if it closes anything like that, it's be even better if it closes slightly above the high of the previous candle. Then we can look for a potential flip on the open of the next candle. If it comes down, we can trade that range. So that would be something I would look at. That is, yeah, I think that would be Nasdaq's written off for me now. This, unless it has a strong close in the next 15 minutes and closes back above the level, I'm not really looking at anything from the Nasdaq. The DAX. Okay, let's get rid of this. Can go. No major news. That's going to stay the same. We'll look for sells underneath 22,466. Exactly 200 points higher than the previous level. So sell below 22,466. The bias is going to remain long. So yeah. So it says BPC. That was because it was previously. So now what we're going to look for is buys above here. The BPC will follow should we get a close above and it breaks out and then it comes back down. Anywhere it comes back down, we see buyers step back in, then we can start looking for BPCs. But first thing we're going to look for is, let's just change it so people don't get confused. Buyers above. 22,542. 22,542. Um, okay, so we're good there. Let's see what's going. Now, gold is moving up, so it doesn't look like we. I don't. In fact, let's just set a timer. I'll give it 12 minutes. DAX is popping. So the DAX looks like it still wants to keep going. Look at it. Up 8.85%. We can get, well, we've got 12 minutes. Close above in the next 12 minutes. There's potential for another move. It is up 190 points on the day, so it does like these little consolidation phases before it breaks out. I'm going to pass the opportunity on buying this today above here. It's already up nearly 1% on the day, so I'm going to skip on this one. Although the setup will be there, I'm gonna skip on it. Let me just have a quick look at something. We pull in this. Oh, I've already got it on down at the bottom. All right. Let me just change the color so I can see it a little bit. Okay, so what we're looking at, this is average true range over the last 14 days. Last 14 days. Average true range is okay. So basically, 240 points in a day. So if we look at it based on, let's have a look, see what it's done today. It's done 260 today. So it's done over the average true range for the last 14 days. So the likelihood of it going up any more is pretty low. So I'm not going to try and force that one. So we'll step away from that one. The Nasdaq, on the other hand, it was looking very bullish the way it was breaking out on the open, and then it just pulled straight back in. So it is what it is. I wanted to try and capture some of that momentum, um, which the momentum showed it pretty much died of death the second the second we placed the order. Gold, we've got to wait for 29.22. If we'd have been fortunate enough, I don't. It's just too choppy. It's too choppy in here, guys. I really. You look at this. Okay, this candle's broken out of this range, but then you've got this wick here, and this is nearly at the top of the wick. You've got all these. It's just mess. So I'd rather see it push up, break through, pull back, and then we go. Or if we have some nice candles pushing all the way up, then we could look for a false break from here and trade it back down because we've got clear candle space to trade into. Um, so that is something that we could look at. But there's not a lot. What's everyone else looking at? Anyone found anything? There's any charts of interest with anyone? Because not for me. It's a bit steady, to be fair. Um, how's everyone's day been? Has it been a good day, a quiet day, an indifferent day? Yeah, DAX is really pushing, but yeah, don't try and fight with it. The market's already told us what the true range is, so We know 260 points in a day, 240 points in a day is the average movement from lows to highs over the last 14 days. And today it's done 260. So for us trying to get any further outside of that, we're asking the market to create new boundaries. Best day ever for Paolo. Fantastic. That's what I like to hear. What have you been trading, buddy? Love it. Do like the fact that everyone is having some well, not everyone, but I do like the fact that every day we're seeing someone hitting fresh highs, whether it's payouts, past challenges. Nigel Briggs, good so far, 2 out of 2, 1.2% on the balance. Not going to jump on anything. Yeah, that sounds perfect. That sounds like a good idea. Yeah, I think I was a bit hyped coming into the session. Bit hyped, wanted a piece of the action. Uh, just gold. Okay. Golden Dax is Dax and gold is where I've got the money today. Um, but yeah, everything's in a little bit. Can you see how it's all choppy now, guys? Everything's just getting a little bit choppy. So what we need is we need some clear directional movement. So for example, I mean, if these candles get nice big bodied candles and run up into the top of this range, and then you get a rejection here, then you can trade the rejection if you want because you're going to have clear range to trade into. You can trade a false break from the tops, but in order to trade the false break, you're going to have to see a break above, a break back, a close back inside the range, then a wick up, then we sell the lows. See how this closes in the next 5 minutes. Now I'm going to. What I'd be interested with the DAX, to be fair, would be like a false break scenario like we saw here. If we can push up through this level, I'm not going to trade it long, but if we can push up through the level, I'll look for a potential correction. Very similar setup to what we see here. If we can get that, if we can get a push up, then the next candle to push higher, and then break the low. So identical setup to what you see there. If we can get that, I'd look for that. But other than that, yeah, nothing on gold. Well, even if I'd have used the low on the 5 minute, which I'm glad I didn't, looking at this, because it would have cost even more money, would have stopped us out. Mark, now I have some money to pay for the private class with you. Hey, you have had a good day. That's brilliant. That's what I like to hear. So just message me on Telegram and then we can discuss. But guys, what is happening out there? So prop accounts, still hearing some great results from the team. Uh, Peter Armand passed his challenge, waiting for his payout at the end of the month. Anna, I believe. is probably somewhere. I know she had a little down day the other day, but I reckon she is circa 10 or 12% up now. Uh, see how today's gone for her, if she's had a good day today. Richard was about 5% up. Um, David Booth's having a bit of time out. Who else do I know at the minute? Oh, Leon's passed 3 challenges and live on one, so he's doing well. Had his first payout, just over $1,000. So fantastic. Who else have we got in there that's on the prop accounts? I know Roger wants to start his prop accounts. Um, so it's all looking quite fruity out there. Nigel's done 1.2% today. I have to look in. Lola's having a little. She's a bit steady because she's been working. Uh, Jody was up a little bit. Uh, where's the funded people? Peter Cole, he's passed and live. Yeah, no, so well done, guys. Nice to see some great results. Um, right, let's see. Are we back above that area? Right, the DAX is pushing. It's pushing through that level. So we are now, if we look at the DAX on the daily, if we measure it from the low to the high, we can see that the DAX has done around 260 points from low to high. So on that basis, if we know that the average true range is 240 points over the last 14 days, and it's done 260 from low to high, probability says that we've kind of reached the pinnacle today. It may do more, but probability would suggest, based on statistics, that it's reached its pinnacle today. So looking for any type of false break in and around this area would make quite nice, would make sense to me. So let's see if we can get, let's say, I don't know, maybe a 15 close somewhere in this area or a little bit higher, nice spike up, and then the next candle to push up, and then we can look to maybe sell the low of the candle. So I'm just here you go. Here's this is a headline for you. Uh, U, U.S. aid paid for a staggering $3 million to a rapper in Gaza to produce anti anti-Semitic rap songs. Really? Where are they getting these at? $3 million. Mate, the world has gone absolutely bonkers. School pickup. All right, Anna, take care. Yeah, we've got about 40 minutes before we need to do that. Rich, flip on the NAS. Ooh. Yeah, well, there you go. It just flipped. And the DAX has just gone as well. So, not quite sure. Something just happened very, very quickly. But I'm going to look for opportunity if we close back below the range. The DAX you're not going to get an opportunity to. I mean, if it closes up here, you're buying above the break of the high, so you're going to go way outside the spectrum. The NAS is much better in terms of if we look at the average true range, it's what? Oh, hold on, that's the 30-minute. 374 points from low to high based over the last 14 days. If we look at this now, 207. So it's got potentially another 174 points higher to go, which is there. So let's just put this in and then scroll back, see if that takes us anywhere. Interesting. So if we do see the market spike according to its average true range, in theory, we could see it coming up to test the previous all-time highs. But I'm liking the DAX for a potential move back lower. So I'm gonna put an order in on the DAX um, to break its own low, come back into the range, and just trade it down to the bottom of the range. So where's my let me change screens so you can see the order. Where is it? TV. Okay, so I'm looking for it to break its own low and then come back down to the bottom of the range. What I will do is put a TP in there, that here. Why isn't it setting? There we go. Let's just push the stop up just above. There we go. Okay, so we now know that the DAX is overshot. Um, it's overshot the. Let me just adjust this. Why is it not moving? Properties. There we go. Okay, so it worked that time. So yeah, I'm looking at this to come back into the range because we've gone over and above the daily ATR and outside the range, and now looking for it to come back into the range. So who's that? Oh no. And I've been triggered. So let's so at 15 points, I'll move stops to break even. See if we can get the live stream back to winning ways again after that horror of a Nasdaq trade. Okay, taking out the lows. Um, Anna, 10%. Rich, Rich is now on 20%. Go on, Rich. Bloody hell, man's smashing it. Ooh, hold on, Rich. 20%. Isn't that payout time? And you're on payout time at 20%, bud. If you're on 20.03, stop trading, bud. Right, let's get. Let me know if that's 20.03, pal. You need to stop trading now until the end of the month on that account. I think someone's knuckled down and stopped messing, stopped tinkering. That's amazing, buddy. Well done. So happy for you. The results are coming thick and fast. So, ooh, that wasn't a nice. That's okay. Well, let's see what happens here. What's the what's the Nasdaq doing? Is it still pushing or has it stopped? Okay, Nasdaq stopped. So European leaders freaking out. Oh, what's this now? The headlines are coming in thick and fast today. European leaders freaking out over Trump-Putin summit. Dirty deal for Ukraine. Not quite sure what's happening here. Uh, uh, Nothing specific. I'm not going to read it out loud, but we'll have a look at that afterwards. So let's see if the 15 can close below this area. Well, these mm, not so keen. Oh, I was literally just about to say I'm not keen on this now. It's broken the high of that candle, but let's have a look. See if if it can stick in or not. I was happy until that point. But this is going to be a little bit tight now, to be fair. I think if it didn't happen on this move that it came down, it's probably not going to happen. But we shall see. Stops in place. Can't reduce it anymore. So if it does break its own low and starts to push down, I can't bring the stop down any lower because of where the wick is here. Um, Stop placement was based above this here, and I looked at this as a spike to trap traders in onto the breakout. So then if it reversed and broke its own low, this was going to be your false break. So that was the criterion, the the thought process. So once it's gone above this area, it's triggered in the breakout traders. In theory, it shouldn't get back above this area unless it's just going to go ballistic. And if it goes ballistic, well then the breakout traders are happy and I'm not. Gold still sat in the no trade range for me. What are we looking for? We need 27 points-ish, 28 points for TP1 to be hit, which is less than 0.1%. Who else is in? I'm guessing it's a strange time now for most people. It's either school pickup or you sat firmly in front of your desk in the office because obviously 1 o'clock a lot of people can take for a little bit of lunch and skip away. But 2:30 is a strange time, and I do apologize, guys. I had a meeting to attend 1 till 2, hence I couldn't do my usual live stream. But I thought 2:30 would make a change. Actual NYSE open, we should see a little bit of volatility in the markets. Um, we definitely saw that on the Nasdaq on the open for my sins. Well, 15's closed quite nice actually for this, looking at that. So wick up, break the lows. I think we should at least see this support area here tested at 22,500, big even number. So TP1 at 22,509, 10 points above the big even handle should be okay. If we break the low of this here, so we break the low of that, we've got what, 11 points. So my stop, I'll bring it above the high of this candle if we break the low of the previous candle. So being a little bit more aggressive, using the 15 for stop placement, but that's purely as it is a contrarian trade. Contrarian, we are at all-time highs and we have exceeded the ATR, which is reason why I am shorting. It was very close to breaking the low. Go on, give us a little nudge lower, and then you don't mind because if it does break, sorry, I just moved it a little bit by mistake. If you break this low and we pull it just above this high, you're literally risking what, 5 points? So it's nearly a risk-free trade. So let's see if we can get that. Only needs to drop about 7 points. So close, but not quite. Now, one thing we don't want is for this wick up to push too high. And the only reason I'm saying that is more from a risk management perspective, because if it pushes up higher and it does drop and break the lows, you're not going to be able to de-risk as much as if where it is right now. So as you can see, if it breaks this low here at 22,522, we can bring our stop down above the current wick high, which is around 22,537. So really, really tight stops then. So the higher it wicks up, should it break the low, the less or the least we're able to de-risk should the market go in our favor until it hits obviously TP. Uh, Nasdaq, Nasdaq's pushing a little bit actually. It's up near the highs of the days, which to be fair, if it's going to follow suit with like the European index, you can see here, that's pushed up near the high of the day, sold off, tested the highs again. Um, so yeah, if it is going to follow suit, it should create new highs. Yeah, ooh, Nasdaq is pushing now. It's up 0.5% on the day. It's quiet in here, isn't it? Who's in? Is it Rich, Nigel, and Paolo? Anyone else? Yeah, very quiet day in the office today. Oh, Lisa. Hi, darling. Sorry, I forgot because you're never normally here. Not in the afternoon, anyway. Have a good afternoon in the office, darling. So this, hey, Chidi, how are you doing, buddy? Was short the DAX. I took one trade on the Nasdaq, had a losing trade, very quickly actually. I don't think it lasted 3 minutes. Um, yeah, literally just wicked down, wicked me in on the buy, and then just completely reversed, only to carry on to the upside. So a little bit annoying, but never mind. And to be fair, if it 28, 21, yeah, it would have gone on way to smash targets now. So getting ready to pull the stop down. Just keeps flirting with the low. We need it to break the low, the previous candle. There we go. So look, let's pull that into about here. So it's basically a risk-free trade now. And we're just waiting to see if we can head down and make it risk-free in a second. So currently about $400 up at the minute, but was quickly retracted. What, 13.8. Now look, because we've broken the lows, realistically, it shouldn't then go and create a new high. If it does, we're going to exit the trade. And if that's the case, guys, then I'll close the stream and I'll call it a day today. So we're pretty much looking like it might be two trades, one loss and one break even by the looks of it. Call it break even. 180 loss. We've got 7 minutes of this candle. Let's have a look at the 30. The 30 looks pretty solid actually. So yeah, don't really want to be too aggressive with trade management. If it can close anything like this, guys, one thing to be wary of is that the next candle could potentially wick up first, but it needs to close bearish. Needs to close bearish. The 30-minute candle needs to close bearish. If it closes bearish, then I would like to think we should run down towards our TPs. But like I said, I've moved my stop right down, just being quite aggressive as it is a very strong bull market. This could go against me if the market does have a little spike up before moving lower, but I'd rather be watching capital preservation as opposed to trying to be greedy and think about, oh, well, what if I left my stops all the way up here? If it was the other way around, let's say we were buying in this market, I'd happily leave my stops lower. I wouldn't need to reduce risks uh, so quickly. Um, how did that 5 close? Okay, so are we seeing anything here? The last two 5 candles, if you look at them, in terms of the open and close, they've not really told us anything. In terms of the highs and lows, we're getting downrange candles, meaning we have a lower low and a lower high. I did that the wrong way around. So if we break the high, which we were close to doing then, you might see that push up before it starts to drop again. The higher time frame is highlighting. Well, when I say higher time frame, the 15, the 30 does look like we could potentially at least come back down and test this support area. But remember, everything that we trade doesn't go in a straight line. So even though we think and the way we visualize how the market's going to move based on price action, just because we think it's going to come down here, it might spike before it comes down, and that's why we always want to have particular trade management and risk management principles in place, because ultimately the only thing we can control is how much money we lose, and we can do that by how much we risk initially, and then secondly how we manage the trade. So they're going to be the most important characteristics you develop as a trader, in my opinion. It's not about how much money you can make, because I believe anyone can make money. But what I don't believe is, I don't believe anyone can just kill trades when they need to be killed and manage and move stops, etc. Because that's where fear comes in. Yes, fear and greed come in when you're trying to get wins, but no one likes to close a losing position. No one likes that. But you'll probably make more money by closing positions early than you would if just by trying to let them run further. Okay, so we're nearly going to get to break even. There we go. Right, break even now, guys. And that was very close to the TPs. What's it? 224 pips I've put in. So there we go. 600. There we go. TP1. It wasn't easily done, but we did it. Now let's see if we can go down and hit extended targets. I think what have we got to go? What's that? 13, 39 points. So let's put something in the middle. Okay, so that was pretty much spot on. So I've just put another TP in there that's midpoint between where it was and the extended target. Um, anyone take that trade? Did anyone take that trade? If you did, well done. If you didn't, no problem whatsoever. Paolo, you took it. Man's having a right. Definitely getting them coaching sessions in now, Paolo. This this man can't stop winning today. You took partials, brilliant. That's what I like to hear. You're not going to go bust taking partials. Now, let's have a look. The 15. Now, this is where if we break the low, I would expect that range to be filled. So now we've broken the low of this candle. If we, they sent me winning machine today. You can love it. You're doing all right there, Nigel. You came in the other day, you took both trades, and when everyone took one, you got a nice couple of percent. You've done another percent and a bit today. You're you're flying, Nigel. So look, if this breaks the low, now I wouldn't flip a 15-minute chart, but if this breaks the low, expect it to fill this range. If it was with trend, it'd be a different matter, but obviously we're against trend. Um, one thing we can look at. Hey Lola, how are you, darling? And are we going to get stopped, or is it going to hold in? Don't forget you are one of my mentors. Need to chat about a funded account at some point. Absolutely. These these guys are flying on the funded accounts. Nigel, you'd be doing you'd do well. Here, instant effect. Oh, there. Check out instantfxcapital.com. There are a couple of different uh, bigger increase levels now if you want. So there is a 2,500 deposit and a 5,000 deposit and that's for a 25k to half a million and a 50k to 1 million. But yeah, the traditional sort of deposit levels are 300, 500, 1,000. Starts off with either a 3,000, a 5,000, or a 10,000 account. You hate being left out. You're never left out, Nigel. We always think about you. Right, we're gonna get stopped now at break even. Oh, maybe not. Well, that was a turn up for the books. Oh, it's flirting. You see, it doesn't want to break its own low. If it breaks its own low, we will come down to that. If not, expect market to keep pushing. Now, obviously, you'd want to have your stops technically above the higher the candle, but because we've hit TP1, um, we've moved stops to break even. So, in order for us to actually stay into this trade now, the only thing that can happen is it break its own low. And even then, we won't get to move the stop loss or reduce risk any further because the stop loss is literally just above the current high of the high of the current candle. So we're we're a bit stuck as to what we can do. We're just in the we're just pray there. There we go. It's out. Now, look, if it does stop, if it does turn around and drop, so be it. But there's nothing we can do. So, in on the whole, not a bad session. Uh, one win, one loss. Back in the blue. But that's it. I do too need to learn about funded accounts. Yeah, Paolo. Well, this is what our sessions are for. Not just coaching, but getting set up so you can copy trade from your from one account onto another, trading multiple funded accounts. Look, we did something the other day where in the live trading day, imagine you've got, I don't know, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10, doesn't matter, however many funded accounts you want. You can have low, medium, and high risk, and you can trade them in pairs or in priors, meaning that you can link three together, another three together, another three together, and you rotate them so that you never blow all the accounts. If you have a bad time, you don't decimate all the accounts. So you could easily have 300,000 to 600,000 or a million in each three accounts on funded accounts. Just looking to do your 0.5%, 1/4%, or 1%, whatever it is. If you do 1% a day on what, 300,000, you're getting $3,000 a day. $3,000 a day, multiply that by zero point 0.8, you got yourself $2,400 a day that's coming back your way at the end of the month. So very, very good way to grow accounts. So main thing you do is be disciplined, guys. Be disciplined and maximize it. All right, what's happening with gold? Not a lot. Let's have a look. All right, on that note, guys, I think very annoying. Look at that. That was the trade. We we bought, or I, I bought as it wicked down. It's triggered me in, stopped me out here, and then done another 50 points. So how many points was that? 11. No, so we would have had to endure pain, but got stopped out anyway, so it doesn't matter. Um, yeah, nothing else. So that's it. I'm done for the day, guys. I'll catch you. I can't do a live stream tomorrow, unfortunately. In fact, maybe I can in the morning. In fact, I'll do a live stream in the morning, 7 a.m. tomorrow. That'll be on YouTube because my daughter doesn't have to go to school tomorrow. It's teacher training. So yeah, I can do a live stream tomorrow, guys. Okay? All right, guys. Well, listen, have a great day, and I'll catch you all tomorrow. And anyone that's free, I'll see you tomorrow morning. If not, have an